Trump is all over the Epstein list, but nothing criminal. What he didn't want people to know is that Jeffrey Epstein introduced him to Melania Trump. I heard it from somebody who I deem as credible as anybody.
And so have I.
And placed in a position where they would absolutely know this.
Mm-hmm. By now, you've likely heard the reports Melania's past being brought up on television, claims that Trump is trying to bury the Epstein files, and now Joe Rogan weighing in, saying the public isn't blind to what's going on. On his podcast, Rogan tackled the growing outrage over why crucial documents and recordings tied to Jeffrey Epstein remain hidden. He stressed that this is no longer a matter of political loyalty. It's about transparency and the public's right to know the whole truth.
Just gonna hang around.
This is a line in the sand.
Yeah.
This one's a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Because this is one where there's a lot of stuff about, when we thought Trump was going to come in and a lot of things are going to be resolved.
Yeah.
We're going to drain the swamp. We're going to figure everything out. And when you have this one hardcore line in the sand that everybody had been talking about forever, and then they're trying to gaslight you on that.
According to reports, Rogan blasted the Trump administration's handling of the situation, accusing it of gaslighting the American people. He argued that when the government keeps large portions of the Epstein files hidden, it sends a clear message they think citizens can be distracted or manipulated into forgetting. Rogan stressed that millions are demanding the same thing. The full release of all information with no edits, no delays, and no flimsy excuses.
Financier with children or child porn. The comment made to reporters at the White House days after a similar remark to a stranger with a hidden camera raised the stakes for President Donald Trump's administration to prove it has in its possession previously unseen compelling documents, or just bomb Iran. And everybody forgets.
Just bomb Iran, yeah.
Everybody forgets about it.
According to Rogan, secrecy creates a breeding ground for distrust. People start to assume the worst because the truth is being withheld. For him and many other voices, this isn't just about the Epstein case. It's about how the government treats the public's right to information. This is a line in the sand, Rogan said, warning that the longer the administration waits, the bigger the backlash will be.
Were run by Chris Wray, and they were run by Comey, and because it was actually even before that administration, right. They've been running these files. And so much of the things that we found were fake with me, and so much of the things that we found were fake with me, and so much of the things that we found were fake with me.
Somehow, Melania has been pulled into the controversy. Over the past 2 weeks, a flood of news has broken about Jeffrey Epstein, secret meetings, and the Trump White House's response. One major report focused on Vice President J. Dance, with outlets like Ken and The Guardian revealing that he had arranged a private dinner at his home on Wednesday. The guest list reportedly included Attorney General Pam Bondi, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blount, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, BBI Director Case Patel, and White House Chief of Staff Susie Wilds. The purpose, according to these reports, was to decide whether to release the transcript of Ghislaine Maxwell's Department of Justice interview and to strategize on how the administration should handle the mounting pressure over the Epstein case.
Melania, Donald Trump's dark past, it's resurfacing in ways it's his worst nightmare. So I think we should explore, how did Donald Trump meet Melania on or around the same time?
Vance's team moved quickly to dismiss the claim, with his communications director calling it completely fake news and insisting no such meeting was ever planned. Speaking from the Oval Office, Vance told reporters the story was false, saying they were not meeting to discuss the Epstein situation. President Trump backed him up, branding the report a hoax and accusing the media outlets behind it of lying for political gain.
I should note, Trump denies the Epstein letter, the Calendar Girls contest, and the claims of walking in on Miss Teen USA contestants changing. He also insists he broke off ties with Epstein before he was convicted of soliciting sex from a minor, and he's repeatedly denied being told his name was in the Epstein files, despite reports Pam Bondi told him months ago that his name was in there.
Then a new twist emerged. The Daily Beast reported that a meeting did take place, but not at Vance's home. Instead, it allegedly happened at the White House. In this version, Pam Bondi and Kash Patel were present, and the discussion focused on how to manage the fallout from the Epstein scandal. The report did not confirm whether Vance himself attended or if Susie Wilds and Todd Blanche were in the room. This left the public with two competing narratives. One claiming the meeting never happened and another insisting it did, just in a different location. Meanwhile, Melania Trump's name began surfacing in connection to the controversy. It started when journalist Michael Wolff claimed on a podcast that Melania had been deeply involved in Epstein's social circle, alleging she was introduced to Donald Trump by a modeling agent linked to Epstein. Wolff also said Epstein once posted that the first time he and Trump were together with women was aboard Epstein's private jet.
Brittany Webb says that Epstein's contact book had multiple numbers for Trump in it, and it had Melania's number in it. Then that same year, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew all attended a celebrity tennis event at Mar-a-Lago, where Trump and the prince posed for a photo. That does not age well.
The claims spread rapidly online but were met with swift legal pushback. The Daily Beast, which had published an article based on Michael Wolff's comments, quickly deleted the piece in its entirety. The outlet issued a full apology and removed not only the text but also the headline accompanying image and page URL after Melania's lawyer demanded its removal. In her 2024 memoir, Melania wrote that she first met Donald Trump at a Fashion Week party in September 1998, making no mention of Epstein whatsoever. The controversy didn't end there. Political strategist James Carville also discussed Melania in connection with Epstein on his podcast. Following legal pressure from her attorney, Carville deleted the episode and issued a public apology, sending a clear warning that anyone repeating Wolff's claim risked legal action.
One of the reasons we have to consider this possibility, okay, I said possibility, but it is a real possibility, is that Melania was introduced to Donald by Jeffrey Epstein. Maybe that's why we have this fierce resistance to find out what's going on. I mean, as long as we don't have answers, we will have questions.
Reports indicate that the White House dismissed Wolff's claims as false, accusing him of fabricating the story to damage Trump. Communications Director Stephen Chung called Wolff's remarks just another attack from someone with Trump derangement syndrome and insisted Melania had no involvement in anything related to Epstein. Still, Melania faced a different kind of backlash online. After she posted an unexpected update about her Be Best campaign on Instagram, many commenters used the opportunity to demand she advocate for the release of the Epstein files. Others mocked the timing, arguing that her campaign's message couldn't be taken seriously. While the Epstein controversy remained unresolved.
Here's what every single Democrat should only talk to Republicans about, and it should literally just be about Epstein, okay? If a video came out with Epstein saying, hey, I'm best friends with Biden, would that mean anything to you? If a video came out with Biden and Epstein chatting it up and laughing along at a party, would that mean anything to you? If Biden's Secretary of Labor was the same guy who got Epstein off his original charges in like 2004 or whatever,
the broader Epstein saga has drawn in a range of voices. Late-night hosts like Seth Meyers and Stephen Colbert have used their shows to lampoon Trump's public responses and the White House's handling of questions about the Epstein files. They noted that the controversy has only intensified due to the administration's own missteps, even sparking frustration within Trump's base. Right-wing personalities such as Alex Jones, Laura Loomer, and Jack Pobiak have accused Trump's team of breaking promises on transparency, arguing that the Epstein files should have been released by now. They warn that the continued delays are eroding public trust.
No matter how much the House of Representatives wants to run out of town so they don't have to vote on Jeffrey Epstein and on releasing this material, this has become the most dominant news story that Trump has been unable to control in our political lifetimes here in this Trump era. Nothing he has been able to do has shaken this obsession with the public and with his own base about getting to the truth about Jeffrey Epstein.
There are also new legal developments. Attorney General Pam Bondi has filed a motion to unseal grand jury transcripts related to Epstein, framing the move as a response to intense public interest in mounting pressure for transparency. Members of Congress are closely monitoring the situation, demanding answers about how the files are being handled and why key documents remain hidden. Multiple reports warn that the Epstein scandal is becoming a serious political liability for Trump. Outlets like Wired and The Australian have described it as a problem that refuses to go away. A kind of Frankenstein's monster for the MAGA movement that is now turning on its own creator. With denied meetings, conflicting accounts, and growing pressure from Trump's own supporters, the White House is finding it increasingly difficult to control the narrative.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. It just seems like a desecration.
Here's what's clear at this point. The White House and Vice President Vance both deny the original claim that he hosted an Epstein strategy dinner at his home. However, at least one outlet reports that a meeting did take place at the White House with some of the same individuals named in the initial story. Melania has also been publicly accused by a journalist, but those allegations were removed from major websites following legal threats. Her own account contradicts the claims, and the White House maintains that the accusations are entirely false and politically motivated. What's your take? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more updates.